All right, so this should be fun and interesting. So we're gonna do a little shootout today of the AXE-FX II versus the Kemper. This is 15 years, well, almost nearly 15 years for the AXE-FX II. AXE-FX II, I believe, let's look it up real quick. AXE-FX II release date, it was 2009-ish? Sorry, 2011. So, 2011. So, we're nearly 15 years in on the AXE-FX II. We're running the Aries software from 2019. And we're going to check out the differences. I have two very similar, I have a preset on the AXE-FX II and I have a profile on the Kemper that's basically my kind of Marshall-y thing, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it can still hold up on the AXE-FX II and I have a profile. Come on, be quiet, thank you. And we're going to see if we got, I think they're pretty close. I think they're pretty similar. The feel is a little bit different, I think. Let me refresh the chat real quick. All right. So, we'll see what's going on here. So, top here, plugged in, is obviously AXE-FX. Bottom here, plugged in, is Kemper. Can't really see it. My mic is in the way. Well, that sucks. Hold on. Let's see if I can put this. We'll put this over here. And, yeah, that's better. That's kind of out of the way now. I'll turn it up just a hair. All right. I'm going to mute the microphone when I do each one of these. That way you guys can see what's going on. And this cable here is where we're plugged in. I think what we're going to do first is we're going to start with like a blind. We'll start with a blind shootout. That way you don't know which one is which. And the easiest way to do that is going to be, hold on. I should have thought about this beforehand, but of course I think about it now. So we're just going to go like this. So you can't see where I'm plugging in, what I'm doing, what I'm plugging into. So let me pick one. Okay. So we're plugged into one. And we'll do a little playing. Let me guys know what you think about the sound. All that good stuff. All right, so that's number one. Now we're going to do number two. And we'll see what that turns into. We'll see how that goes. So here's number two. Now, for everybody asking, no, I did not do the EQ match on this. I dialed these completely by hand, both of them, trying to get in the ballpark without going crazy and doing EQ matching. So, I actually have a custom. It would be, custom IR on the AXE-FX, right? Well, I got to check this preset now. Damn it. This is actually, let me show you guys the preset so you can see what's going on here. So I'll give you guys a basic rundown of what we got going on here. We'll bring up the... Well, that's nice. If I can do... Where is it? Oh, wait. I picked the wrong option. I should have thought about this before. I totally forgot about it. But I forgot I could do this. So. No, that should be it. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So now you guys can see AXE Edit and you can see what we got going on here. So This is my main preset that I use for just about everything, and I've tried to get as close to this as I could with the Kemper, with a capture that I have of an amp that's extremely similar. The amp is a Marshall. As you can see here, on this, where we're using the Brit JVM 02 channel. Okay, we're using a TS808 tube screamer. Here's the cabinet we're using, the 412 basket weave G12H30, which is the same speaker that I used with the capture of the cab when I captured this Marshall. The Marshall belongs to Jeff Duncan from Armored Saint. It's a 78 JMP. I do believe he said 74 or 78. I can't remember. I think it was 78. 78 JMP. Mike Moore modded. But we took the mods can be turned off. So we just put it in standard mode, and then we captured it that way. We captured it boosted too. You know, we did a whole profiling thing of it with different cabs. But this is the same speaker on both amps. Same type of mic. They're both 57-ish. The Kemper capture was actually captured with an i5 because I thought it needed a little more top end when we did it. But yeah, and then you can see there's just a delay and a reverb. So here it is raw with nothing on it. Let me plug back into the AXE. Raw with nothing on it. And then here's the Kemper with nothing on it. I think the Kemper might have too much gain. Let me back the gain off on that a little bit. Is the gate off? No, the gate's on. So that's Kemper. Here's the AXE-FX. The low pass on the Kemper, the low cut, I mean, is probably too high. I'm going to go down to 75 on that. Here it is on the Kemper. AXE-FX. The gate is definitely tighter on the AXE-FX. If I put an actual gate on the Kemper, you'd probably get, you know, real deal what's going on. So let me pull up Rig Manager as well so you can see what's going on here. Well, why you gotta be a dick like that? It's the one. Rig Manager is just so slow to fucking get launched. Drives me crazy. The interface could be so much better. Where are we? There it is. Now finally it's up and running. All right, let's bring that window up. Big honking thing. So we're going to go here. And we're going to add a window capture. I'm going to call that that. We're going to grab Rig Manager. Are you kidding me? Okay, well that's very interesting. As the bottom half of Rig Manager is completely missing. So you can't see the settings, but so that sucks. Ha ha! Look at that. Oh, gotta report that to Kemper. All right, we're just gonna do a screen cap. Hopefully that works. Display capture. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. Resolution's going to be a little wacky for a minute, guys, but you'll get the idea. Let's put this over here like this. All right, so here's Kemper. As you can see here, we're using my CS Constantine JMP2 profile. Let me pull this back this way a little so you guys can see a little better. This is an older capture that we did. Just trying to give you guys as much info as I can and keep it on screen. So, okay. We're going to put it like that. That's close enough. So, as you can see here, we're also running an 808 type screamer that we were with the AXE as well. I threw an extra noise gate on this one right after the screamer because without it, it's not crazy noisy. But it's kind of noisy. You can kind of hear it. Hear it? That's the Kemper without the gate. So I threw an extra gate on just to get rid of the hiss from the tube screamer. The settings on the screamer is the same. Drive down, output 100%. Drive down, output 100%. Mix on both is 100%. Volume's all the way maxed. This is where things get really interesting. So if you look here, we're running the gain probably about 6, almost the same. Pretty close. Bass is pretty close. You know, it's not crazy far off. So that's pretty impressive too. And the G12H30s. G12H30 on this as well. But I mean, it's pretty close. Kemper. Oh, let's get rid of all this. There we go. So, Kemper. AXE-FX. I wouldn't kick either one out of bed for the difference. Turn the delay and the verb back on in both. So that's the Kemper AXE-FX. I think the delay mix could be a little higher. Thank you. I'm comparing up two Marshall profiles. Well, a profile on the Kemper and a preset on the AXE-FX II. Just trying to see if the AXE-FX II holds up 15 years later, and I wouldn't kick either one of these out of bed. Here's the AXE-FX. Here's the AXE-FX with no effects. And here's the Kemper. No effects. I think they both sound great. There is definitely like a feel difference. The Kemper actually feels like there's a hair more latency. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but I definitely. Yeah, I feel like there's. These are not stock. This guitar normally comes with EMGs, an 85 and an 81. These are customs by Jalen Guitar. They're the JD. This is the JD Star humbucker, and these are the JD Star single coils with base plates. For those that don't know about Jalen, hold on. So this is a pick guard that came from Jalen. Jalen does these things that they call base plates. You see them? They're pieces of metal that actually go on the bottom and change the magnetic field of the single coil, and it gives them a little more low end than a traditional single coil without them. So it's a pretty cool thing that they do. You check them out. Just a company called you can find them on Facebook as Jalen Guitar, JALENGUITAR. These guys, you can check those guys out. Great pickups, really great stuff. I love their stuff. I have their pickups in all of my guitars. Every guitar I own has pickups from Jalen in it. But I think, even though that the AXE-FX is 15-year-old technology, I think it's still relevant. Way relevant. Like, this is an AXE-FX II. This isn't even the 3. You know, and it sounds great. I didn't like the first AXE-FX when I played it, but the 2 is really good. I just got this and I'm really digging it. I haven't missed my Kemper at all. it's just a Marshall profile, dialed up kind of heavy with boosts and all that good stuff. So if you look right here, what am I in right now? Right now that's the Kemper. So here's the AXE-FX. The amp here's the Brit JVM red channel OD2 with an 808, tube screamer kind of drive. Typical setup, drive all the way off, level maxed out. Then if you look at over on the Kemper, we're doing the same thing. Screamer, drive at 0, maxed out. And then the amplifier is a 79 JMP. I'm sorry. It's a 79 JMP. Again, same thing, boosted with the screamer. So here it is without the screamer on both. Just kind of big, woolly low end. I mean, that's a great rock tone. Well, you can go classic metal too. But you put that screamer on, it just tightens the whole thing up. And even for like down-tuned stuff, same guitar, just 7-string version. Same pickups too. That's the Axe, and then the Kemper. I used to have an RG550. I used to play tons of Ibanez guitars. Stopped playing them about 20 years ago. Moved to Schecter and Gibson. But I am very familiar with the 550s. I was a gem collector for a number of years, too. But I know tons of stuff about them if you got questions about them. But yeah, I was big on the 550 thing for a long time. 550s, 570s. I had a 560 at one point, too, which was really nice. But the gem thing was really like my thing. I started playing gems in like, I don't know, 98. Let me see. I know I used to have, I don't know if I still have it. Probably have them somewhere. That might not be on this computer. It's definitely not like the old Japanese ones. They're cool. They don't feel made as solid. I have played the new 550s and the new, what are they calling them? The Genesis series or whatever they're calling them nowadays. My favorite Ibanez of all time was the black and green Universe 7-string that Petrucci played in the Dream Theater Awake video. That was my favorite Ibanez of all time. Every time I saw it, I was like, I have to own one. Vi owned one, but when Petrucci played it, that was it for me. I was like, all right, this is the guitar I want. I bought one about 3 years ago. They did this was the RG Premium, I think they called them at the time. And I bought it. and it felt like a toy. I was really just like, shit, I really don't like it. Believe me, it was unbelievably fucking disappointing because, again, one of my favorite guitars of all time. And I played it, and I was like, oh, this is terrible. I don't like this at all. I was playing ESPs at the time, and I was just like, wow. I went and I bought it, and I had it for like 2 weeks, and I sold it. I wasn't into it. I really wasn't digging it. But then I played one of the originals from like 1990, and it was a totally different guitar. It felt totally different. The neck was thinner. It was like the old 80s Shredder Ibanez necks. It's not bad. 1K is not a terrible price for a guitar. They're not bad guitars by any stretch of the imagination. I wouldn't say they're garbage, but far from it. Ibanez makes a great guitar when you get up into, when you get away from the really cheap stuff. Once you get into that like 1K range, I find these days you really can't touch Schecter, man. I hate to say it, but it's true. I was an ESP guy for a long time. I have Les Pauls, I have Strats, the whole deal. But a couple years ago, man, I played this Schecter, and was just like, this guitar is fucking amazing. And then I went out and I bought this guy, and he was fucking amazing. And then I saw that they had the 7-string version of my guitar. So I was like, oh, I gotta go buy that now. And this thing's cool because it's extended scale length. It's 27, which is nice, especially for the B. The B string is nice and tight on this to play. Well, right now it's not because I got 9s on it, but normally I play 10s. It's a long story. There's a thing behind it, but whatever. But yeah, I was like, I have to have. I thought it was the coolest shit. Purple's kind of my jam. So I was like, oh, look, cool purple guitar. And then I found the 7-string version and was like, yeah, I need to own both of these. I have to have them. But yeah, man, this is impressing the shit out of me, man. I wouldn't kick either one of these digital solutions out of bed. That's a pretty fucking heavy tone, especially for a Marshall. Yes, I do all my own setups. The only thing I don't do myself is I don't do fretwork. I worry too much that I'm going to fuck something up. But yeah, I do all my own intonation and fretwork. And setups. Sorry. And if you own a guitar with a Floyd Rose, buy one of these. It's the greatest thing you will ever buy. It's called the Key. And what it does is it allows you to take this and place it on the guitar like so. And then what it does is it holds the fine tuner in place. Oop, I put that in the wrong spot. It goes here. And as you can see, you tighten it until it doesn't tighten anymore. Until it's just finger tight. And then when you loosen the screw here for the saddle remove, it holds it in place. And then you could use this thumb screw to adjust it. It makes setups on Floyd Roses super easy. They're super cheap. I think they're like 15 or 20 bucks. You can buy them at stumac.com. This is the greatest accessory for anyone who owns a Floyd Rose. You should always own one of these. It's great. And then when you want to take it off, you just loosen it up. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but eventually it comes off. You can come off now, anytime. Oh, I went the wrong way. That's why. Yeah, look, make myself look like an ass now, but you get the idea. That's the way it works. Just come off. Come on, you're right there. You were going to be a pain in the ass today. Well, fine. I'll take you apart then. I don't give a shit. But anyway, this thing saves you a ton of time when setting up Floyd Rose equipped guitars. Except when it gets stuck on the fine tuner like it is right now. This is really interesting. I've never had this happen like this before. And figures it happens while we're on stream. What is going on here? Okay, you're off, so what's the problem? You want to be a pain in the... Alright, I'm going to take you up with a pair of pliers, or try at least. Am I changing my mind on stream about this thing? Nope, there it is. Jesus. You just did not want to come off. Pain in the ass. But yeah, these things... This thing will save your life, man. It's one of the coolest things they make for Floyd Rose equipped guitars. And it just screws together. And that's it. Nice and simple. Now let that high E's way to tune. So, are you a 550 guy? You play 550s? Or are you just thinking about getting one? Yeah, they're very cool guitars, man. Let me see if I could find that. I got caught up doing something else, and then... Because you had asked a question. Let me find that old photo. Sure, I have a photo of it somewhere. Oh, so here is that. Actually, here is a photo of that RG I was telling you about. Oh, the Universe. That was the black and green Universe. That was the whole thing. Let me see if I could find that other photo. The Kiesels are nice. Cool guitars. I did a record. I co-produced and engineered a record for Jackie Vincent, who used to be in Falling in Reverse. He plays Kiesels, and they're really, really, really nice guitars. I'm just trying to find this old photo of... my RG. I just don't know where the fuck it would be. I have way too much shit on this computer. So when you play the fret, does it buzz out or does it just like die? Lack of resonance. It just dies. So there's a couple things you can try. First of all, get like a they make these things, they're kind of expensive, but you can try, there's another way you can try it. Get if you can find like an old metal kitchen magnet. If you find an old metal kitchen magnet, you can attach it to your headstock and then attach something kind of heavy to it that's magnetic. Sometimes what you'll get is you'll get a sympathetic resonance from the type of wood that the guitar is being built out of. And you'll get a dead fret because of it. And if you change the mass of the neck, that resonant frequency will change and it will stop that problem. They make a thing called a fat finger that guys used to use on bass. So Fender makes them now. They look like this. They're $20. And what this does is it attaches to your headstock and it increases sustain. But what it's really doing is it's changing the mass of the neck on the guitar so that you can get better frequency response. So you could try one of these. Great little item that they make. The other thing you can try is, you may not notice it, but the 22nd fret might be a little high. So you might get a little height out of that fret. So what you can do is take your strings off the guitar, take a cloth, okay, put it over the 22nd fret, and then take a little hammer or a rubber mallet and just bang on the 22nd fret a little bit to try and lower the fret. It's possible that the fret's doing what they call sprouting, and what's happening is that fret is higher than the 21st. So this fret will be higher than this one, and when you play this note, this one's barely touching, so you're not really noticing a buzz, but it's killing the sustain. So you could try that and see if that works. The other last thing, this requires a little more prep work and maintenance. Take a get a piece of, like, I don't know, 800 grit sandpaper, or if you can order fret files on Amazon, they're kind of cheap. You can get fret files on Amazon, and then what you do is you just shave that 22nd fret down a little bit, and it should fix the problems that you're having. So there are 3 solutions you can try real quick to see if they'll fix your problem. But yeah, so I deal with stuff like that all the time. We get a lot of fret. I live in Las Vegas, and because it's so dry here, the wood of the necks are always shrinking, so we get fret sprout on the edges all the time. So probably once a year, I take it into my guitar guy and I have him just, take them down on each side, nice and easy, nice and simple, just to clean them up. I mean, you can barely notice it, but when it's right, you notice the difference for sure. But yeah, high frets and stuff like that happens. Guys get used to playing in certain areas. Like most of my tunes and most of the cover stuff that I do, here in Vegas, it's a lot of playing in E minor. So the 12th fret tends to die a lot. 7th fret area tends to die a lot. I don't know Johnny personally. I don't know him. But a buddy of mine, my business partner, is friends with him. They've known each other for years. They've done tours together and stuff. He says Johnny's a really cool dude. Johnny was actually supposed to reach out to me, now that I think about it, about this guitar. But, this is a monster instrument, man. Schecter's really like stepping up, man. I don't know what is going on. But I'm really loving their stuff right now. Really, really loving their stuff. Yeah, but from what I hear, Johnny's a really cool dude. He's a great player. I've checked out a bunch of his solo stuff, and he plays with the guys in Enough's Enough. So Chuck's an animal, right? They write great songs. It's cool, fun stuff. They're still out there doing their thing, rocking out, kicking ass all over the country, all over the world, technically. But yeah, cool dude, definitely a cool guy. And again, great player, really great player. I can't make a decision which one I like more, man. The Kemper or the AXE-FX. I can't decide. Yeah, they both sound really good. I did that earlier today. Tried, blending two different things. But the latency between the two was the issue. There was definitely a latency between the two. It's only a couple milliseconds, but it was definitely noticeable. Got some comb filtering. So it was kind of weird. I didn't like... Now, I don't know what the latency is on each of them. I've never tested it. But I mean, it's not terrible. But trying to mix the two doesn't really work. You'd have to... I did some reamping the other day, and I had to time align the Kemper tracks to the AXE-FX tracks just to prevent any comb filtering. But great digital solutions that are stupidly small. My business partner tours all over the world with a Kemper right now. He's got a rack with two Kempers in it, and it's been super great for them. They love them. But anyway, I'm gonna bounce out of here because I think that's all. I'm gonna go back and watch this so I could hear the differences without playing, and then decide what I want to do. I think I'm gonna wind up leaving the Kemper in the studio, and the AXE-FX is just gonna become my main live rig. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I considered two Kempers, but I want to start collecting everything. I'm going to buy a Helix, and I want to get a lot of the different amp modelers because that technology is just getting really cool. And being able to go to a gig with a 4-space rack and 2 guitars. Would be awesome. Yeah, what do you call it? Leave a comment below after you pick up any of those things, if any of those solved the problem. Let me know what happened. I'd definitely be interested to know what fixed that problem. It's probably a high fret issue, to be totally honest. So I would attempt doing the high fret stuff first. Literally, you can find stuff to clean up your fret on Amazon for cheap. You can literally use 00 steel wool. Just make sure you tape off the fretboard before you do it. You know, if you're gonna do the sanding, but of the frets. But if you're just gonna do the hammer thing, you should be fine. And you don't have to hit hard. Just light taps, very light taps. You know, do it for a couple seconds. You know, put your guitar. If the guitar's got a Floyd on it, even better. You know, you could just pop the Floyd off, pop it back on, and then you'll still be in tune. See if it still happens. If you don't have a Floyd, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to retune and restring. So do it when you're during your next string change, when you still have the old strings on the guitar. But hopefully those will fix your problems. You know, thanks for coming by and checking it out.